The use of cranes on construction sites is essential for lifting and moving heavy loads, but it poses significant risks if not managed correctly. It is essential to adopt safe operating procedures, comply with regulations, and adequately train operators to prevent accidents and ensure a safe and efficient working environment. Preliminary checks. Documentation check. Verify that the crane has the CE marking and instruction manual and complies with current regulations. Ensure that the periodic checks required by law have been carried out and that the relevant maintenance log is present. Check of conditions of the construction site. Evaluate the supporting ground, which must be stable, level, and able to support the crane loads. Identify any interference, such as overhead power lines, other equipment, or nearby buildings. Operation planning. Prepare an operational plan that defines the lifting and handling methods, the maximum loads allowed, the access and escape routes. Delimit the crane's operating area with barriers and signs to prevent unauthorized access. Safety during use. Authorized operators. The crane must be used exclusively by operators with specific authorization. Personal protective equipment. Operators and loading/unloading personnel must wear protective helmet, safety shoes, resistant gloves, full arrest harnesses, if necessary. Operating maneuvers. Lift loads gradually, avoiding sudden movements or oscillations. Always keep the suspended load within the crane's maneuvering area. Never leave the suspended load unattended. Communication. Ensure an effective communication system between the crane operator and the workers on the ground, using manual signals, radio, or visual systems. Load handling. Load securing. Use certified and well-maintained lifting accessories, such as straps, chains, or hooks with safety locks. Check that the load is balanced and securely fastened before lifting. Load handling. Lift the load vertically, avoiding any inclinations that could destabilize it. Transport the load as close to the ground as possible to reduce the risk of oscillations. Maximum loads. Never exceed the load limits indicated in the crane manual. If in doubt about the weight of the load, carry out a preliminary check. Maintenance and checks. Daily checks. Before each use, check the condition of the cables, pulleys, and lifting accessories, the presence of any oil leaks or structural damage, the correct functioning of the safety devices, such as limit switches and emergency systems. Periodic maintenance. Carry out the maintenance operations indicated by the manufacturer. Record all inspection and maintenance operations in the crane logbook. Reporting anomalies. Any malfunction or damage must be reported immediately to the person in charge. The crane must be taken out of service until repaired. Emergency management. Interruption of operations. Suspend operations immediately in the event of adverse weather conditions, such as strong winds or heavy rain, breakdowns or malfunctions, emergency situations such as falling loads or the presence of people in the maneuvering area. Emergency equipment. Prepare a first aid kit near the work area. Ensure the presence of fire extinguishers for fire risks. Evacuation. Ensure that all workers are aware of the escape routes and emergency procedures. In the event of an accident, immediately inform the safety coordinator. Signage and area delimitation. Safety signage. Install visible signs indicating the presence of the crane. Danger areas. Access prohibited to unauthorized personnel. Area delimitation. Fence off the crane operating area to prevent the passage of unauthorized personnel. Visual and acoustic signals. Use signal lights and acoustic devices in the event of operations in conditions of poor visibility. Training and information. Mandatory training. All operators must be trained in the use of the crane, including specific risks, operational and emergency procedures, correct use of personal protective equipment, updating procedures, Organize periodic refresher sessions for personnel, particularly in the event of changes to the operational plan or the equipment used. Safe use of the crane is essential to prevent accidents and ensure worker safety. Compliance with the regulations and proper maintenance are essential to operate safely and maintain the efficiency of the equipment. If you have any doubts or problems, contact the person in charge. Safety is not a document, it is a commitment. Your life and that of your colleagues are our goal. But also yours.